Every morning, you wake up standing at the edge of two roads. One leads to greatness. The other leads to regret. And the choice is always yours. Every day when you open your eyes, the clock is already ticking. Without even realizing it, you are standing at a crossroads. One path is paved with greatness, the other with regret. No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, that choice is placed before you every single morning. It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your mood. It only cares about your decision. Greatness is not something hidden in secret vaults or reserved for a chosen few. It's stitched into every small decision you make from the second you wake up. It's in the choice to rise with discipline when the bed feels like a magnet. It's in the decision to push your body when it begs for rest. It's in the willingness to endure the discomfort of growth while others settle for the comfort of decay. Regret, on the other hand, wears a mask. It promises you an easier road, a softer pillow, a quieter life. But it's a liar. It tells you to hit snooze one more time. It whispers that skipping today's work won't matter. It tricks you into believing that tomorrow will always be there. And when you listen, regret sharpens its blade in the shadows, waiting for the day you finally look back and realize how much you've lost. Think about it. How many dreams have died because someone chose comfort over commitment for just one day? One day becomes 1 week. 1 week becomes a year. A year becomes a life you don't even recognize anymore. That's the silent assassin called regret. It doesn't kill in a moment. It erodes you slowly, day after day, until there's nothing left but echoes of what could have been. Everyday greatness doesn't announce itself with trumpets. It's hidden in the moments no one sees. When you decide to lace up your shoes and run while it's still dark outside. When you study while others party. When you refuse to quit even after falling 100 times. Greatness is choosing the harder road when no one is watching. Greatness is doing the right thing even when you could get away with the wrong one. Imagine you're standing in front of a mirror and the reflection staring back isn't just you now. It's the version of you 5 years from today. Would that future self thank you for today's decisions? Or would they look at you with a sadness that words can't fix? Would they be standing on a mountain, proud and strong, or stuck in the same place, shackled by chains of regret you forged link by link? Look around your life. The person who is in shape didn't get there by accident. The one who built a business didn't stumble into success. The one who commands respect didn't beg for it. They earned it through sacrifice, through consistency, through making the hard choice when it would have been so easy to quit. You can have excuses, or you can have results. But you can never have both. There's a story happening inside you every day. One where you are either the hero who rises against the odds, or the spectator who watches life pass by. When the alarm clock screams, you either rise like a warrior answering the call to battle, or you hide under the covers of your own weakness. When life punches you in the face, you either swing back harder, or you fall to your knees and call it fate. Ask yourself one question when it's all over. When the final chapter is written, do you want to say you lived fully, loved deeply, fought bravely? Or will you be standing at the edge of your own life story, full of regrets that you can never rewrite? The truth is simple. Greatness demands a price. The price is discipline. The price is discomfort. The price is sacrifice. The price is choosing what you need over what you want. And regret. It demands nothing up front. It gives you ease. It hands you comfort on a silver plate. But in the end, it sends you a bill so heavy it can crush your soul. Think about the people you admire. They didn't get there by magic. They didn't wish their way to success. They fought for it. When fear tried to paralyze them, they moved anyway. When doubt screamed in their ears, they walked forward anyway. When pain tried to break them, they refused to bend. And that same fire burns inside you right now. It's not a question of whether you have it. It's a question of whether you will choose it. Every moment you delay is a moment regret sharpens its knife. Every time you let fear decide your actions, you add weight to the chains that will hold you back. Every time you tell yourself later, you are stealing from your own future. But every time you step forward in discipline, every time you choose the hard path, every time you defy the voice of weakness inside you, you are carving a legacy. Life is happening now. The battlefield is today. The only thing standing between you and the life you dream of is the small, brutal, silent decision you make every day. Choose greatness, even when it hurts. Choose greatness, even when it's lonely. Choose greatness, especially when regret tries to seduce you with comfort. Because when the dust settles and the sun sets on your story, the only thing that will matter is whether you chose to rise. Most people are living asleep, and they don't even realize it. They move through their days like shadows, following routines they didn't even choose, chasing goals they don't even believe in, and accepting lives that don't even make them feel alive. You see it everywhere. Faces glued to screens, eyes empty, hearts numb. They wake up, go to work, come home, scroll endlessly, sleep and repeat. They move, but they don't live. They exist, but they don't feel. Their dreams gather dust in the corners of their minds, while their souls grow quieter with every passing day. You must not be one of them. You must live awake. You must tear the fog from your eyes and see life for what it really is. A battleground of choices, a dance of chances, a storm you were born to command. You cannot afford to sleepwalk through this gift. You cannot afford to live on autopilot while your destiny waits for you to grab it with bloody, calloused hands. Being awake means you don't just pass time, you own it. You don't just react to life, you shape it. You don't just dream at night, you build while others sleep. Look around you. The man stuck in the same job he hates for the past 20 years. The woman who abandoned her passions because life got too busy. The young person who gave up before they even started because they were too afraid to fail. They didn't make a single catastrophic mistake. They just lived asleep. One missed opportunity at a time. One small compromise at a time. One silent surrender at a time. Until one day they woke up in a life they no longer recognized and a body filled with regret they could no longer ignore. Living awake means you are intentional with every breath. When you wake up, you don't stumble into the day. You charge into it with clarity and force. You decide what your day will look like. You decide what energy you bring to it. You decide what kind of person you are becoming. Every action either takes you closer to the life you crave or pulls you deeper into the quicksand of mediocrity. There is no neutral ground. You are either waking up or falling asleep every single moment. Think about your daily life. When the alarm clock goes off, do you spring out of bed with a purpose, or do you groan and curse the morning? when you sit down to work? Are you building your dream? Or are you mindlessly checking boxes for someone else's dream? When you interact with people, are you lifting them up with your presence? Or are you blending into the noise like everyone else? These are not small details. They are the battle lines of your life. Living intentional means you don't let emotions dictate your actions. You feel tired. You still move. You feel afraid. You still act. You feel doubt. You still believe. You live by decision, not by mood. Because moods come and go, but a life of greatness demands constancy. It demands that you show up when it's easy, and especially when it's hard. Anyone can be excited on day one. Anyone can feel motivated for a week. But the ones who stay awake, who stay intentional, even when everything inside them screams to give up, those are the ones who change their lives. Most people will never understand this. They will look at you and wonder why you push so hard, why you refuse to settle, why you wake up early, train harder, study longer, dream bigger. They will call you obsessed. They will call you crazy, but they are asleep. They cannot see the battle you are fighting because they are too busy drifting. You have to be willing to be misunderstood. You have to be willing to walk alone. You have to be willing to live awake in a world that celebrates sleeping through life. Daily life is full of traps, trying to pull you back into sleep. The endless scrolling of social media, the numbing effect of comfort food, the mindless consumption of entertainment, the small voice inside telling you that one day won't matter, that one missed workout, one lazy afternoon, one excuse won't make a difference. But it does. Every moment matters. Every choice stacks on top of the last. Every small discipline is a brick in the fortress of your future. Living awake means you are ruthless with your focus. You don't allow distractions to hijack your mind. You don't allow fear to steer your ship. You don't allow comfort to paralyze your steps. You guard your time like a warrior guards the gates of a kingdom. You defend your dreams from the slow death of distraction. You attack each day with clarity, with hunger, with relentless forward motion. It's the small moments that define you. The decision to read a book instead of scrolling. The choice to take a cold shower instead of hitting snooze. The act of writing your goals down every morning so you burn them into your mind. The discipline to say no to what is easy so you can say yes to what is necessary. These are not heroic acts. They are tiny acts of war against sleep. They are tiny declarations that you are alive, that you are awake, that you are intentional about the life you are building. No one will hand you greatness. No one will wake you up. No one will build your dreams for you. It is a lonely road at times. It is a hard road, but it is the only road where your soul can breathe. The only road where your spirit can rise. The only road where you will look back one day and know without a shred of doubt that you lived fully, fiercely, and awake. The world will test you. Fire is necessary to forge steel. Too many people crumble at the first sign of pressure. They think hardship is a sign they are doing something wrong. They think the storms are punishments instead of invitations to rise. But that's not how strength is born. Strength is not born in comfort. Strength is born when you are bent by the wind and refuse to break. Strength is born when you are thrown into the fire and instead of burning, you harden. The world will not make it easy for you because easy never built anyone worth remembering. Every day you wake up, you will face resistance. It will come in the form of doubt, whispering that you are not good enough. It will come in the form of failures that make you question your path. It will come in the form of people who laugh at your dreams because they are too afraid to chase their own. That resistance is not there to stop you. It is there to shape you. Like a blade hammered again and again by the blacksmith until it gleams sharp and unbreakable, you are being hammered by life, not to destroy you, but to perfect you. Imagine a seed buried under the weight of the earth. It could see the soil pressing down on it and think, "This is too much. I'll never break free." Or it can understand that the pressure is necessary. That without the weight, without the struggle to push through, it would never grow roots, never break the surface, never stretch toward the sun. The pressure you feel is not a wall, it is a door. But you have to push through it. You have to fight for every inch. Because the strongest trees are the ones that weather the harshest storms. Think about the blacksmith again. He doesn't gently shape the sword. He strikes it with brutal, relentless force. He heats it until it is burning. He pounds it until it screams under the hammer. And every strike, every flame, every shattering blow is part of the process. It is necessary. If the sword could speak, it might beg for mercy. It might ask for the fire to stop. But without it, it would remain a lump of useless metal. It would never become the weapon it was meant to be. You are no different. The fire is forging you. The hammering is refining you. The pain is preparing you for a future you cannot yet see. You want to be strong, but you don't want the struggle. You want to be fearless, but you don't want to face fear. You want to be powerful, but you avoid the tests that would grant you that power. It doesn't work that way. You can't skip the fire. You can't sidestep the suffering. If you want to be steel, you have to endure the forge. When life burns you, when it strikes you again and again, that's when you must stand tall and say, "Is that all you've got?" Because the fire is not a signal to run. It is a call to fight. Look around at the people you admire, the ones who seem unshakable, the ones whose presence demands respect. They did not get there because life spared them. They got there because life broke them, and they built themselves back up. They faced betrayals that cut them to the bone. They faced failures that nearly ended them. They faced heartbreaks that made them question everything. And yet they kept moving. They kept pushing. They kept stepping into the fire, not away from it. And because of that, they became something unbreakable. Daily life gives you 1,000 little fires. You are passed over for the promotion you deserved. Someone you trust stabs you in the back. You fail at something you thought you would crush. You feel invisible in a world that seems to reward mediocrity. These moments are the fire. They are the tests. And most people fail not because they are weak, but because they think these fires are signs to quit. They are not. They are signs to endure, to grit your teeth, to keep hammering forward until the world gets tired before you do. There will be days you want to give up. Days the fire feels too hot. Days the hammer blows feel too cruel. On those days, you must remember, no steel is born without heat. No warrior is born without wounds. No legend is born without scars. You must learn to welcome the fire, to thank the hammer, to embrace the struggle. You must stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this trying to make of me?" Because life is trying to make something of you. Something stronger, something sharper, something unstoppable. You can't forge character in a classroom. You can't forge strength in a conversation. You forge it in the dark, when no one is watching, when it's just you and the pain and the decision to keep moving. Every day you show up when it's easier to quit. You are adding a layer of steel to your spirit. Every day you push one step further when you are tired, when you are doubting, when you are hurting. You are sharpening your edge. And one day, when life hits you with something that would break most people, you will stand there unshaken, because you were built in the fire. Most people will never understand what it takes. They will call you lucky when they see you succeed. They won't see the nights you blurred for your dream. They won't see the mornings you fought the urge to stay in bed. They won't see the countless times you were knocked down and had to drag yourself back up, bruised and breathless. But you will know. You will know you didn't inherit your strength. You earned it, in the fire, in the forge. In the battle against everything that tried to keep you small, the fire is not your enemy. It is your ally. It is the necessary force that strips away weakness and reveals who you really are. If you want to live a life that is anything more than average, you must run toward the fire, not away from it. You must let it burn away your fears, your doubts, your excuses, until only the purest version of you remains. The version that is ready to take on the world with nothing but unshakable spirit and unstoppable force. Pain, fear, and doubt are inevitable. They are stitched into the very fabric of life. They are woven into every path worth walking. Too many people believe that the presence of pain means they are on the wrong road, that fear is a signal to retreat, that doubt is a sign they are not enough. But that is the lie the world tells to keep you ordinary. Pain is not there to stop you. It is there to sharpen you. Fear is not there to paralyze you. It is there to challenge you. Doubt is not there to destroy you. It is there to awaken a deeper fight within you. Imagine a fighter stepping into the ring. Do you think he feels nothing when the crowd roars and the lights blind him? Do you think his heart is steady, his mind clear? No, he feels fear gnawing at him. Doubt whispering that maybe he didn't train enough. Pain from the bruises of the fights that came before. But he steps forward anyway. Because champions are not made by the absence of fear. They are made by the refusal to bow to it. Look at the child learning to walk. Every step wobbles. Every fall stings. Doubt floods their little mind every time they crash to the ground. But they rise again. They try again. They do not curse the pain. They do not fear the fall. They do not surrender to the doubt. They are too focused on the vision of walking, on the thrill of running, on the freedom that waits for them on the other side. Somehow, we forget that lesson when we grow older. Somehow, we start thinking that if it hurts, it is wrong. That if we are scared, we must turn back. That if we doubt, we are weak. But the truth never changed. Growth still demands the price of pain. Greatness still demands the courage to walk through fear. Dreams still demand the defiance to spit in the face of doubt. Picture a mountain climber, halfway up a ruthless cliff, hands torn and bloodied, feet slipping on the cold rock. The pain in his muscles screams louder than any encouragement. Fear tightens its claws around his heart with every gust of wind. Doubt howls inside his mind that he will never reach the top. But he does not climb because it is easy. He climbs because he refuses to live at the bottom when he knows the view from the top is waiting. He conquers not by erasing the pain, not by silencing the fear, not by banishing the doubt. He conquers by climbing anyway. One brutal inch at a time. Pain will visit you when you work hard and see no reward. Fear will grip you when you stand on the edge of something new and uncertain. Doubt will sneak in when you stumble and fall harder than you ever expected. But these are not signs that you should quit. They are the price of the ticket. They are the toll you must pay to cross the bridge between who you are and who you are meant to become. The person who demands a life without pain, without fear, without doubt, demands a life without victory. Think about the artist painting a masterpiece. Every brushstroke is haunted by doubt. Is this the right color? Am I ruining it? Will anyone understand what I am trying to say? Fear breathes down their neck with every move. Pain flares when the hours grow long, when the vision inside their mind feels impossible to capture. But they keep painting. They keep moving. Because they know that the only way to birth beauty is to embrace the chaos inside the process. The entrepreneur starting a business feels it too. Pain from the sacrifices nobody sees. Fear from the risk of putting everything on the line. Doubt from the voice that says, maybe you're not cut out for this. Every step forward is a war inside their mind. But they push forward because they know the alternative is a life of regret. A life of wondering what might have been if they had been brave enough to face the fire in daily life. The tests come small and relentless. You will be overlooked. You will be misunderstood. You will fail and fall and question whether you are foolish for believing in yourself. There will be mornings you wake up and pain greets you before you even open your eyes. There will be nights when fear curls beside you like a shadow, whispering all the ways you could lose. There will be afternoons when doubt punches you in the gut so hard you can barely breathe. And in those moments, you will be tempted to believe the lie that maybe you are not strong enough. But the truth is you are strong enough, not because you are untouched by pain, but because you endure it. Not because you are immune to fear, but because you face it. Not because you are free from doubt, but because you rise anyway. Every time you move forward despite the weight on your back, you build something unbreakable inside you. Every time you choose action over paralysis, you forge a mind that cannot be chained. Every time you answer fear with courage, doubt with determination, pain with perseverance, you write a story that will inspire not just yourself, but everyone who watches you. No life worth living is free from hardship. No journey worth taking is free from danger. No victory worth celebrating is free from sacrifice. The ones who make it, the ones who rise, the ones who leave a mark so deep it can never be erased, are the ones who learned not to run from pain, not to hide from fear, not to surrender to doubt. They are the ones who understood that these enemies are actually allies in disguise. Teachers sent to test the depth of your desire, the strength of your spirit, the clarity of your vision. They are the guardians at the gate of greatness, and the only way through is to meet them head on, with fire in your heart, an unshakable resolve in your soul. Your mind, body, and spirit must be sharpened daily, like a blade drawn across the stone, until it can cut through anything that stands in its way. You cannot expect to walk through life strong, resilient, and unshakable if you treat your mind casually, your body carelessly, your spirit with neglect. Every day is an opportunity not to stay the same, but to grow sharper, to grow stronger, to grow deeper. Every day you must challenge yourself, Polish yourself. Refine yourself until there is nothing left but pure fire in your soul. Think about the blacksmith working at the forge. He pulls a raw piece of metal from the fire, and it is soft, shapeless, vulnerable. It cannot defend, it cannot withstand, it cannot endure. So he hammers it, again and again. He folds it, he heats it, he beats it. The metal screams under the pressure, under the heat, but it transforms. It becomes a blade so sharp it can split stone. That is what you must do to yourself. You must put yourself into the fire daily. You must take the hammer of discipline and strike yourself with it. You must fold yourself with new challenges, new struggles, new pains, because every blow you endure makes you stronger. Your mind is a battlefield, and if you do not train it daily, it will turn against you. Thoughts of weakness, fear and self-doubt will flood in like an unstoppable tide. But if you sharpen it, if you expose your mind to the wisdom of books, the discipline of deep thought, the courage of new ideas, you will command your mind instead of being a slave to it. You must feed it with knowledge like a warrior sharpening his sword with whetstones soaked in blood and sweat. Read when you feel lazy. Think when you want to numb yourself with distraction. Ask questions that terrify you. Face truths that burn your pride. Because a mind that is not sharpened rots in complacency. Your body is your temple, your vessel, your weapon. If you do not sharpen it daily, it will betray you when you need it most. It is easy to tell yourself that one missed workout, one junk meal, one lazy afternoon does not matter. But these are the lies that dull the edge of your blade, little by little, until one day you find yourself too weak to lift your own dreams off the ground. You must move even when it hurts. You must train when you are tired. You must push when every muscle screams for mercy. You must respect the vessel you have been given by sharpening it, disciplining it, mastering it. Because the world does not care how good your intentions are. It only responds to how strong your reality is. Your spirit is the most delicate, yet the most powerful part of you. It is easy to let it wither in a world that worships noise, chaos, and distraction. But if you do not sharpen your spirit daily, you will drift through life like a ship without a rudder. You must take time to connect with silence, to reflect on your values, to remember why you started. You must feed your spirit with gratitude when life is brutal, with purpose when life feels empty, with hope when life feels dark. Meditate even when your mind resists. Pray even when you feel lost. Breathe deeply, even when the world tries to suffocate you with its madness. A sharpened spirit cannot be broken, because it knows who it is even when everything else falls apart. Imagine a warrior who polishes his sword every day, even though no enemy is in sight. People mock him. They call him foolish. They tell him he is wasting his time. But when the enemy finally appears on the horizon, he alone is ready. He alone stands unafraid. He alone has a blade that does not hesitate, that does not falter, that does not fail. That is how you must live. Sharpening yourself daily, even when it seems unnecessary, even when no immediate threat looms. Because life is not about if the storm comes. It is about when. And when it does, you either stand ready, or you fall. Think of the musician practicing scales alone in a dusty room. No applause, no audience, no recognition, just repetition, frustration, slow and painful progress. But one day, when the stage lights are on and the world is watching, the musician plays with a mastery that seems effortless. The world calls it talent. They do not see the sharpening. They do not see the lonely hours. They do not see the invisible battles. But the musician knows. You must sharpen yourself daily for the moments that will one day demand your best. Without warning, picture the student who studies late into the night, who rewrites notes until their hand cramps, who solves problems over and over until their mind aches. There is no glory in the struggle, no celebration in the darkness. But when the exam comes, when the real test arrives, they are ready, because they understood that success is not an accident. Success is the residue of daily sharpening. You must be relentless. You must be ruthless with your comfort. You must be willing to look in the mirror every day and ask yourself, did I grow sharper today, or did I grow duller? Did I feed my mind with wisdom or poison? Did I strengthen my body or weaken it? Did I lift my spirit or let it sink? There is no standing still in this life. You are either moving forward or you are slipping backward. Sharpening yourself daily is not about perfection. It is about refusing to decay. It is about building an edge so fine that when life tests you, when pain punches you, when failure mocks you, you do not shatter. You cut through. You slice through the noise, the doubt, the fear. You move like a force of nature, unstoppable, undeniable, unbreakable. Wasting time is wasting your life. Act with precision. Think about this the next time you find yourself scrolling endlessly through a screen, chasing empty distractions. Every second that passes is a second you will never get back. Time is the only resource you cannot earn, cannot borrow, cannot steal. It is slipping through your fingers like water, and the careless waste of it is the slow death of your dreams. There is a clock ticking over your head, even when you pretend not to hear it, even when you drown it out with noise. Act with precision, like a master craftsman carving a masterpiece. Because your life is the masterpiece, and time is the blade. Imagine a surgeon in the operating room, holding a scalpel. One wrong move, one moment of hesitation, and everything could fall apart. The surgeon acts with precision, focus so sharp it can slice through fear. You must be the surgeon of your own life. Every action must have purpose. Every word must carry weight. Every moment must be aligned with the vision you claim to hold in your heart. Wasting time is like making a careless incision that ruins the body of your future. You must treat your time with sacred respect. Look around you. How many dreams are buried in the graveyard of wasted time? How many people wake up one day to realize they have been living on autopilot, trading their potential for comfort, trading their fire for distraction? You have seen it. The man who once dreamed of building an empire, but now spends his evenings numbing himself with entertainment. The woman who once burned with ambition, but now scrolls her life away, waiting for something to happen. Time did not betray them. They betrayed their own time. You must move through life like a lion stalking its prey, every step deliberate, every breath measured, every decision fueled by hunger. Act with precision. If you decide to rest, let it be a conscious act of recovery, not a mindless escape. If you choose to enjoy yourself, do it fully, with intention, not out of habit or boredom. Live so deliberately that every moment feels like a knife, carving your destiny out of stone. Think of the archer aiming at a distant target. He does not shoot casually, hoping luck will guide his arrow. He draws the string with purpose. He adjusts his stance, his breathing, his focus. He releases only when he knows he has given everything to that shot. This is how you must aim your life, not with random effort, not with lazy wishes, but with the deadly precision of someone who knows that every action shapes who they are becoming. The tragedy is not that life is short. The tragedy is that most people live as if it were endless. They waste days like pennies dropped into the gutter, not realizing that the fortune of their life is draining away. You must be different. You must treat each day as the rare treasure it is, because it is not the years in your life that will define you. It is the life in your years, and life without focus, without precision, without urgency, is just breathing, not living. Picture the sculptor faced with a massive block of marble. To the untrained eye, it is just stone. But to the sculptor, there is a masterpiece hidden within, waiting to be revealed. With every precise strike of his chisel, he removes what does not belong. He does not waste motion. He does not strike blindly. Every move has intention. Every cut brings him closer to the vision he holds in his mind. You are the sculptor of your life. Your time is your chisel. Your decisions are your strikes. Waste them, and the masterpiece remains hidden forever. Act with precision, and you will reveal the greatness already hidden inside you. Do not wait for motivation. Do not wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. There is only now, and now is bleeding away even as you hesitate. Discipline is acting with precision, even when you do not feel like it. Greatness is built not when it is easy, but when it is hard, when distractions call your name like sirens, when comfort whispers in your ear, when fear tries to paralyze you. You must be ruthless in protecting your time, because your life depends on it. Look at the farmer planting his crops. He does not waste time complaining about the weather or waiting for the perfect conditions. He plants in faith. He works in hope. He reaps in patience. Time wasted means a barren harvest. Time invested means a feast beyond imagination. Every choice you make is a seed. Every moment you waste is a seed you never planted. Every moment you seize with precision is a tree that will one day bear fruit for you to harvest. You have a finite number of heartbeats left, a finite number of sunrises you will see, a finite number of battles you will fight. Act as if you know this. Act as if every second is a blade you can wield or a weapon you can fall upon. Waste it, and you die slowly without ever truly living. Seize it with precision, and you carve a path so fierce, so undeniable, that the world has no choice but to take notice. When you waste time, you are not just delaying success. You are feeding the enemy within you, the one who doubts, the one who fears, the one who quits. Every moment of inaction strengthens that enemy. Every precise action you take weakens it. You are at war with the part of you that would rather stay safe, stay small, stay hidden. Precision is how you win. Urgency is how you conquer. Discipline is how you build the life you dream about. While others sleep through theirs, the world does not reward those who dream in silence. It rewards those who dare to act, who dare to move with precision, even when fear claws at their back. You must not just listen to these words. You must breathe them in. Let them become the fire that fuels your steps. Because in this life, the ones who are remembered are not the ones who had the most time, but the ones who did the most with the time they had. The clock is ticking, and every second is a silent invitation to rise or to rot. You must choose to rise. You were not born to be ordinary. You were not created to pass through this life like a shadow barely noticed. You were built to leave a mark, to set fires in the hearts of others, to carve your name into the walls of time itself. to do that, you cannot live like the rest. You cannot afford to waste even a breath. You must move like thunder, strike like lightning, and leave behind a storm that changes everything it touches. Your destiny is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of choice. Choose now. Choose wisely. Remember, a river cuts through rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. You do not need to move mountains in a day, but you must never stop striking. Each focused action, each precise move, each relentless day will carve your future from stone. Do not despise the small steps. Do not underestimate the silent grind. The small, precise moments of effort are the bricks that build empires. In the end, it is not the giant leap that defines you, but the countless steps taken. When no one was watching, greatness is forged in the quiet moments. When you choose discipline over comfort. When you choose focus over distraction. When you choose progress over excuses. You will be tempted to quit. You will hear the seductive voice telling you to rest a little longer, to scroll a little more, to try again tomorrow. Silence that voice with action. Silence it with the fury of a soul on fire. You were not given this life to be comfortable. You were given this life to be extraordinary. Pain is temporary. Regret is forever. The discomfort you feel when pushing yourself will fade, but the regret of wasted time will haunt you to your last breath. Push now, fight now, suffer now, so you can live the life that others will envy, but will never taste, because they chose comfort over conquest. There is no glory in easy victories. The real glory is in the scars you earn along the way, the battles you fight when no one believes in you, the mountains you climb when everyone else sits at the bottom making excuses. Ask yourself, do you want to be the person who looks back and says, I wish I had? Or do you want to be the person who says, I am glad I did? Every day, you are writing the story of your life. Every action you take is a sentence etched into your legacy. Write a story that roars. Write a story that shakes the foundations of this world. Write a story that makes others believe they can rise too. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Every tiny step you take with precision, every moment you conquer with focus, every second you seize with hunger, is a stone carried away. One day, you will look back and see the mountain you moved, and you will smile, not because it was easy, but because you were relentless. You will be tempted to doubt yourself. The path will get dark. Storms will come. But remember, storms make trees take deeper roots. You are not here to be shaken by the winds. You are here to bend, to flex, and then to stand taller and stronger than before. If the journey was easy, everyone would walk it. The struggle is the proof that you are on the right path. The pain is the signal that you are growing. The resistance is the confirmation that you are meant for more. So stand up with fire in your veins. Walk forward with fury in your steps. Act with precision as if your dreams depend on it, because they do. Do not wait. Do not hesitate. Do not waste another second. Go now. Build now. Conquer now. And when the world sees you coming, let them step aside in awe. Because you are not just living. You are mastering time itself.